Joining me now by Skype is Matt Warner, founder and CEO of Flocknote, a messaging tool for churches. Matt, welcome to the show and thanks for joining us.
So good to be here, Tracy. Thank you.
So Matt, tell us, how has the coronavirus pandemic, how has it changed the way that churches communicate with parishioners?
Well, I think, when it comes to digital tools, certainly there are nice to have digital tools, and then there are must have digital tools. And certainly a crisis like this lets you know which are which. And at the top of that list, whether churches are just finding it out now in the crisis or they knew it beforehand, it would be communications, certainly. And then right under that, you would have something like online donations. And we're certainly seeing a lot of parishes and dioceses scrambling now to try to figure out how they can make sure they have direct channels to their people so that they can understand their needs and best serve them during this challenging time.
Yeah, Matt, that was going to be my next question. As the pandemic is dealing an economic blow to Americans, different businesses and churches, how is your resource, how is it specifically helping those churches that are missing out on donations because we can't hold Mass?
Yeah, well, it's a great question. So certainly a lot of parishes are having financial challenges now with not having offertory come in on Sundays. So the first step is, or the first instinct is, we need to go ask for money because we don't have any. But what has to come before that is, of course, good communication. And so rather, before you put an online link in front of somebody to give some sort of donation, we need to be communicating what we can offer them, how we can serve them, asking them what their needs are. And so having something that's a direct form of communication like email or texting where you can directly reach them and hear back is sort of a prerequisite to solving a lot of those problems right now. And so you have to do that first. Make sure you're looping everybody in and can reach everybody, making sure they're serving their needs, understanding what they need right now. And then from there, it gives you the opportunity to say, okay, if you would still like to support financially, we still have these other needs right now and bills to pay. Here's a way you can do it by clicking this link. And of course, giving them a way to do that digitally rather than having to be there in person is important.
Well, Matt, not a lot of people are, maybe not everyone's tech savvy, I should say, or, even elderly people. So how does the church move forward with technology like this without leaving those people behind?
It's a really good point because certainly there are lots of tools out there that certain folks, whether they're not so tech savvy, or I think a bigger risk right now are people that are not that engaged. So you have a lot of parishioners in general, most parishioners are not really that engaged in their parish. And a lot of parishes have gotten by only being able to really communicate with that most engaged bubble of people at the parish. And then they find out in a crisis like this that they have a real need to reach everybody else and they can't. And so you have to choose tools that are going to reach those people also, whether it's because they're not so tech savvy or because they're just not that motivated to jump through a lot of hoops. They may not download an app or join a social network just to be able to communicate with you. But if you have something simple like an email address or cell phone number and can get to them directly, then you're going to make sure to include the most people that you can at a time when we really need to reach them.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it. Matt Warner, founder and CEO of Flocknote.
Thank you.